Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
The only podcast with two undefeated fighters.
Chatting it up. Listen, like, subscribe, share this with your brethren, share this with your girls, your mandem, everybody. It is what it is.
Right now. And listen, everyone that's listening to this via audio, because we got the audio listeners. We love you. We respect you guys.
Gang.
Spotify gang. You I think what else is there? There's the Apple gang. And
Apple,
even any
iTunes
whatever thing, SoundCloud, wherever you listen.
Wherever you listen to this podcast.
Big up yourself. Seriously. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate all the silent listeners. And all the people that are not coming back, big up yourselves. Thanks for giving us a chance.
Yeah, for real.
That's real.
Hey, bro, what's your tail of the tape?
Come on, man. I'm 0-0, fam. Never fought, never lost. But if I did, someone gets knocked out and it's not me, fam.
Remarkable.
Come on, you know what we do here. G, what's your tail of the tape, fam?
2-0, bro. 2-0, and I boast a perfect record with a 50% knockout rate. So you know what that means? Half the men that enter the ring with me,
What they do, big man?
they left on their back.
That's what they did.
Left on their back.
That's what they did, fam. It's over. It's finished. It's done. We need to talk. We need to talk, bruv. Because
It's been a great weekend of boxing, bro.
oh, it just keeps getting better and better, fam. And if you think I'm not starting this pod with Dan Azeez, it's the only way to start this thing, fam. And we just roll on, bro. We're 2 weeks out, yeah, from Linden versus Yard. We're 2 weeks out, bruv. But what Dan Azeez did, he put the division on notice, fam. He said, you man, listen to me right now. Domestic dust up, fam. I want to fight everybody, bruv. No one's left out, bruv. We're all here, fam. Let's just listen, middle of the ring, bang out, fam. That's the energy he's coming with. He said, raw, who, what names, Linden, let's do it. I don't care, Yard, let's do it. He's like, bro, he goes, listen, anyone, Buatsi, what do you call it? Richards is there. Richard, anyone.
Man said, don't leave my name out of it.
When you're talking, don't leave me out. You know what I mean? I love it.
I love it.
Come on, bro.
I love it.
And it's hard because, again, you know me. I've got, like, I can't even, the allegiance thing, if them two, if Dan Azeez and Richards gets it on, we just have to go there and enjoy it, bruv.
Yeah, just
go there and enjoy.
OTC says, boxing wins.
Boxing wins, fam. When those are both our guys, always supporting the pod, but boxing wins.
This is the thing, yeah? So let's look at the two light heavyweights that we've spoken to in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
Both are singing a different tune when it comes to what the scene should be doing.
Yeah.
And Azeez is on let's have a domestic round robin. Let's see who's the best. There's big fights right here. Craig Richards,
he said enough's enough.
Like that. Craig Richards is saying, I've done everything domestically.
But again, two fighters that are not in different places. I think they're in very similar places, but where the difference is how different fighters have been perceived, right? Dan Azeez is never mentioned. Never mentioned. He's never, like, it's only now that they're like, raw. People are like, we should sign Dan Azeez. Of course you should have signed Dan Azeez, fam. It ain't a new Dan Azeez. This is the same Dan Azeez that we've been seeing, fam. This is the same Dan Azeez that said, meet in the middle of the ring and bang out, fam. But now, what all they've done is open their eyes to him. Now, with Craig Richards signed to Eddie Herne, he hasn't had to say, hello, I'm over here. Eddie Herne knows he's there, but he hasn't really pushed him the same way that he needs to push him. Eddie Herne is serious about it now, and he's like, raw, treat me like the other man. Because before, like, Buatsi, he's thinking, raw, Buatsi ain't getting thrown over to them, man. They're talking about Buatsi having a title fight as soon as possible. So he's like, raw, I want to be treated like them, man. I don't want to be like, because I took the shot and you were surprised that I even knocked on your door for the shot anyway. You know what I mean? And I'm surprised. I built my stock, but I don't want to focus on Craig right now. Let us keep the focus on Dan Azeez, bro. What was you thinking about how we mashed up Burton, fam?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful, bruv. He drew him into the wrong type of fight. It was wonderful to see. Because it's like, as you're watching it unfold, you think to yourself, you're getting sucked into a bad place.
A very bad place. He was
just pointing at the ground like, let's go, right here. Come
right
on,
here.
Let's go. And every time he did, it's like you can see it, Hosea just like, all right, let's have it then. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Oh,
and he's brave. You got to give Hosea his ratings. But even we spoke to Dan Azeez on Monday Night Smoke, and he said, listen, when I was saying let's have it right here, he said Tyson Fury was telling him, don't do it, don't go, stay on the outside. And I don't even think Tyson Fury is aware that was probably gassing Dan, fam. Dan is probably thinking, Ross, stay on the outside, yeah? Come here. It's mad. It is mad.
But it's nice to see. It's nice to see him get what he deserves. Do you know what I mean? Because like we came across Dan Azeez from the Andre Sterling times.
Yeah. What do you mean?
So that's September last year.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? In that time, he's worked his way into the conversations. Do you know what I mean? Got the British. No, he had the English light heavy already.
Yeah.
But then now he's got the British light heavy. So it's been a nice journey to watch.
It's been a beautiful journey. And what was beautiful is I was looking at the comments because I love the comment section after fights. And people's like, I finally seen this guy. They're talking about, what was nice is, his favorite fighter is Hagler, right? And they were saying that the Hagler, the shorts and the comparison. I just like the fact that because I know that in his head, he goes out there to not emulate that, but to bring some of that energy, that bravery, that warrior to the ring, to just hear that. And it's not like he told them. It's just they're watching it and saying it themselves. I love that.
Right.
Because he didn't mention it. They just saw it.
He don't scream. He don't shout Hagler's name.
He never shouts it. He just
comes organically. That's beautiful when that happens.
There you go, fam. And there's nothing better than like trying to show little bits of someone that you've grown up and you always idolized. You know what I mean? I think that's incredible. So listen, Dan, we're watching the journey. We're mad proud of you. And literally, they can't leave you out. As I said, I was very clear on this pod as well. If you don't listen to Monday Night Smoke, I said, big man, Lyndon is fighting. And Anthony Yard. If you're not at that fight, causing a ruckus, fam, get to the ring. When they ask you who are you, fam, tell them what champion you. I'm the British champion, fam. Let me over there. I got bare belts. What are you saying? I got 2. Who wants it? I'll take him whenever, however, fam. I'm ready for that man. And I'm telling you right now, even if they don't let you into the ring, them not letting you to the ring is even bad for their business.
It's even louder. It's
louder. It's even better, fam. So I'll be keeping a close eye. And I told him, I'll be disappointed if you don't, I'll be disappointed if
he's got to stick. He's got to make himself even further, like just splash into the pool and just be like, all right,
I'm here now.
Don't think anybody can ignore me. I don't want this combo to happen and my name is not even factored. And I love the energy, bro.
And that's fair. It's fair because at the end of the day, you could be WBC'd, fam. And that's what I'm going to call it that now. You could be WBC'd. You could have that Dillian feeling, fam. Dillian settings where you're just hoping. And somehow you can get rubbed out. Like them man there. Them man have really rubbed out Dillian. And I was going to get your thoughts on it before we move into other topics because we got Big Crawford and I want to give a chunk of the pod on Crawford and what's next for Crawford. But just what's your thoughts on WBC not making the Dillian fight happen right now?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to be blunt and honest when I give this take.
Talk to me.
I'm tired of talking about the WBC.
Yeah,
and Dillian White.
Yeah,
in the situation, it actually makes me sick
to your stomach.
More updates, more nonsense, more swings and roundabouts, and Tyson Fury gets to swindle himself out of a decent fight. Because you notice since this conversation has happened, now Tyson Fury is popping up to say, "Oh yeah, no, I thought Dillian White was next, and I didn't know he had the arbitrary." And Man started saying, he goes, "Oh, I'm due an easy fight anyway." So, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. You are due an easy fight."
Anyhow, your hate take is real. Yeah, I will vomit all over. I don't know where. I'd have to go somewhere an all-white party to vomit, fam, because I'm disgusted.
Listen, I'm telling you, I've said the minute David Haye called him out,
I
thought to myself, that could really happen. That could really happen. You know what else solidified it? Is when Frank Warren said, you got to be honest, he's a big name. I said, oh! Because David Haye can sell it. If anyone can sell a fight, it's David Haye.
Yeah.
And who needs someone to sell a fight? Tyson Fury needs someone to sell a fight because Tyson Fury, unfortunately, doesn't sell great.
Not anymore.
Fights.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
No,
New Tyson Fury.
There's nothing to back that up.
New Tyson Fury.
There's nothing to back that up.
It's becoming an English treasure.
There's nothing to back that up.
He's becoming an English treasure, mate.
Bro, you're not
I know Twitter followers mean nothing to
back that up.
But the followers has really spiked.
You're saying followers. Do you know how many men got mad followers and can't sell out a 300-seater? Let's not get into numbers and actual reality, bro. If everybody who has followers online thinks every single one of their followers is a fan, I have a wake-up call for everybody.
100%.
So don't tell me about his followers.
Not that though, but I feel like he's got a different I feel like with the win, he's built up.
How many followers does Tyson Fury have?
Let's have a look.
I'm checking his Twitter. You check his Instagram.
All right, cool. Instagram. Let's go. Instagram.
He's got 2 million followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell me what his Instagram says, just so I can drop this next bomb right here.
Let's go. And even hold on. Gypsy King, how many you got on Insta, big man? He's got 5.3 million followers, fam.
Amazing. That's 7.3 million followers.
Yeah.
And guess what? Let me look for the T-Mobile Arena, because that's where he fought Wilder, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so let me land. All right, I've just searched the capacity. That's 18,000. And he didn't sell that out. With all 7.3 million followers.
So right now,
he didn't sell that out.
Remember, so now with his homecoming in the UK, if he does the Tottenham, if he does White Hart Lane,
people following me.
Yeah, remember those are new followers.
Sell out.
No, because he didn't until he beat Deontay Wilder in a recent time. You're seeing it. He's literally clipped saying, "Yo, this many followers." Ever since that fight, he's built up.
How many did he start with? He already had millions though.
Nah, but then I've seen what's the recent post, fam?
I'm telling you, big man.
But I'm just saying that. Let's say how much percent?
Nothing to his ticket sales.
I'm just saying that he can bring a crowd out now. He'll be able to bring a crowd out. You're
basing that on nothing because he doesn't bring out crowds. He hasn't done it yet.
No, because people recognize him. I think this is the point I'm making. Hear me out.
You can hope and pray.
Hear me out, yeah.
Hope and pray.
It's not a hope and pray set. Hear me out though.
Yes, it's a hope and pray situation. Because if you do something that you've never done before, estimating.
All right, cool. Now check this out. What happened is he's won the hearts. Remember, Tyson Fury was not winning hearts of the casuals.
So he's won the hearts. The Undertaker round 12 get up didn't win the hearts.
No.
How much heart? The mental health drain didn't win the hearts. How many hearts does this brother?
I think he was solidified. I think that night. I'm telling you, that night everyone
from different coma state.
It's different.
Man battled the journey from being 400 pounds.
Trav,
bro, this guy's tried to win hearts in every way possible. He has.
But that battle there, it solidified. Sometimes you have a battle and it just says enough's enough. When you get the Lennox and all these things, that imagery, it works. It works. So what happened after that? After that night, he was looked at very differently. I know you don't want to admit it or you're struggling to deal with it, fam. I'm just telling you that.
Don't try to do that one. Don't try to do that one.
I'm saying
I'm basing it on the fact that he doesn't sell tickets.
We praise
the fact that he fights away on the road, yeah? But certain men have to do that because they ain't got no fan base at home.
But now the price is different. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And I'm telling you, the price has changed.
So you say. It's not based on anything.
All I'm saying is I think that guy can sell. If he has to go and do the O2, if he does the O2, he'll sell that shit out, fam. Them man are coming, bruv.
He doesn't sell like AJ though. He just is a great fighter.
We ain't seen him on UK shores in a long time.
Fam, I'm telling you, he doesn't sell like he's a great fighter.
We'll see.
This is not a conversation about his skill in the ring. We know how.
I'm not talking about skill in the ring. I'm talking about.
We're talking about numbers, and numbers are based. You don't estimate based on lies, bro. You don't estimate based on hope. Man has to look at the thing and say, "This you had two promo runs. For this one fight with Wilder. Yeah, it was bad. It did not sell out that arena.
It was bad, but I'm saying you like the same way Deontay Wilder has gained new fans. He has. Deontay Wilder was looked at as even everyone looked at Deontay Wilder like with side eye. In him losing, he gained. I'm not saying that he's gonna go and sell. It was exciting. People calling that one of the best heavyweight fights.
He went in there and he blew Wilder out the water.
Yes.
Did nothing for his numbers. So he's done another knockout. Yeah. A bit more dramatic. Why do you think this is going to move the needle?
It just will. That what people calling that.
Will.
No,
great,
people calling that. People called that one of the greatest heavyweight fights they've seen with their own eyes. And you can't now you're not going to just get off the bus and say, I'm finished with that journey. You're involved now. You're invested. And I'm saying that it was dramatic. And I believe when he comes home and he has a fight in the UK's coming out. They will.
We will have to see.
That's it. I'm cool. That's cool. I'm cool with that.
We'll leave it there. Cool.
I didn't even know who was going to get into a battle with that one. I feel like, I don't know.
No, because for me, it doesn't make sense. It's not based on anything. It's just based on, now it's different.
It is, but it is different. It just is. I think it was weird. Like, even when he won, even the great night in, I don't want to, let's not harp on about this, but even after the great night in Dusseldorf, the comments that he made about just with the BBC and all yeah, I'm like, it's like, hey, innit? I'm
you can't wait to bring up Dusseldorf.
Even, but on that night, he wasn't embraced. There was many a times where he was like, go over there. I feel like this is weird because even though it's fighting the same person over and over again, I felt like because of how dramatic it was and the world watching and literally people coining it one of the best things they've seen, the after the fight antics as well, the Drake and all, the spin has been very clever. It has been. Latan, all these people. And it worked. And now he's repositioned himself. The only thing that he can do himself for injustice is, well, WBC are trying to cover him up in a sense. And he's like, oh my God, I can't do nothing about it. Exactly. What can I do? But it looks like WBC-ish. It looks WBC more than him. And it's clever.
David Haye's going to get an email. And there's going to be like some requests in there as well. Like, it's going to be, look, fight negotiations in person, all that kind of stuff. And then it's going to be underneath, it's like, really need you to sell this fight, mate.
You're so dumb.
What?
I don't. I think that guy right now, where he's at, he'll sell it out.
David Haye.
No, I'm saying
David Haye will sell it out.
Tyson Fury will sell it out, and Tyson Fury can sell it out against like a mid-range guy. He'll get it done. I promise you.
I would love to believe that he's going to fight Dillian White next.
He's not fighting Dillian.
But I can't get invested into it at all.
He's not fighting Dillian.
I think that because, it's funny, when AJ talks about, I can't have a tune-up fight, who am I going to fight? That's one of them weird ones because immediately you just think of no one. Because the expectation I have of AJ now is literally big names. That's it. Though if I ever saw an AJ versus David Price or a Chisora, like, I'd be looking at that like, what is going on? We'd slay him. But if we saw David Haye come out of retirement to fight Fury fans would be like, yeah, this is kind of the showing that he's due one of these. He's due a fight like this.
That's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? Because he believed he'd knock him out. And for me, that's when the stage is set perfectly for a haymaker knockout. Hello, days.
I can't believe you, man.
If you think I'd be insufferable when Yard beats Lyndon Arthur in a couple of weeks,
Yard ain't beating no. Yard ain't beating no, bro.
I'm leaving the pod. I'm be honest. I'm leaving the pod. Because I need my own pod. And this pod will just be dedicated to David Haye's career from the beginning, fight by fight, right through to every stage of his career to the Fury fight. And I'll spend that out over 2 years. My podcast journey would change. Because that's the greatest cruiserweight ever. All right, let me look. I'm not going to take over the pod, but I'm just saying.
I hate you, bro. I can't understand. I'd be fasting and praying for David Haye to win that fight. I'd be watching that fight from church. Plus the surgeons, fam. You'll have every you're taking the piss. But you know what? I need someone to support me like that.
Jamaica, awake, praying from round one. Prayer warriors, let's go. We need this.
It's crazy though. But honestly, I hope they get that act together. And I feel for because Dillian turned down. Who was he gonna fight? And we was like, that's a dangerous fight, and it's kind of not Wallen. He was gonna fight Wallen, and now he's just lost peas. Like he stepped aside. He done whatever he done for that. But now, was that a good decision? Because them man were always gonna rub you out. The whole plan was.
It is a good decision because if he lost, it'd be like cemented. He'd never get a shot.
But they've rubbed him out anyway. So what?
No,
He's got to
but
win
this way round, there's still life in the conversation. But if he lost to Wallin, bro, it's over.
So so this way round, yeah, I'm hearing, just to almost bring this conversation to a close, it's purse bids. Or there's an opportunity for purse bids, or he just takes a lower percentage, right? What's the story right there?
To be honest with you, I haven't even looked into it. Like I said to you, when I say I'm genuinely annoyed by it,
you just had enough. I get it, and that's what I've
fed up with it.
That's what I've pretty much. I'm very similar to you in the sense of I'm really frustrated, and I think the Fury interview pissed me off a bit. I just watched it and I was like, oh my god, this guy once again.
You can see
and just your final take. You said that it's not because of Dillian. It's literally because of Eddie Herne. I don't know, people must have saw it already, but there's the video of Ellaby just switching on Eddie Hearn.
Devin Haney, because there's talk about Devin Haney fighting Gervonta.
Yeah.
And he just said F Eddie Hearn. That lets you know it's not about boxing, it's about Eddie. Now, I think it's the case, but I also think it might not be the case with Dillian White, because this feels like it's very personal to Dillian White. This feels like Mauricio Sullivan cannot stand this brother for whatever reason. That's what it feels like. But Eddie Hearn is still there. Eddie Hearn is still the common denominator. And I'm looking at it now and thinking to myself, this promoter beef is real.
Yeah.
I reckon they look at the DAZN situation, and they're not like keen on Eddie's involvement. They're not keen on Eddie being there. He's from elsewhere and he's changing the game. He's making everything about streaming. It's a very deep-rooted feeling these guys have about Eddie, to the point where they don't even want to eat and break bread with this brother.
Yeah. But it's only so long you can keep him outside, because streaming takes over. Like, we've seen how the record labels have literally joined the streaming.
This is the thing, yeah? You look at it like this and you could be like, I'm sure somebody was looking at the internet back in the day thinking, please, I'm going to stay posting my letters. Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's always someone. Do you know what I mean? Smartphones came out and now we're like, nah, because this Nokia ain't letting me down yet. Like, it always happens. When changes come in, somebody digs their heels in. Oscar De La Hoya, all these man, bro, some of them are going to adapt. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
But some of them are going to get left behind. And Arum is on that one.
Oh, Bob, we saw and that's a lovely segue, fam. When you talk about Arum getting left behind, how Crawford left him behind on that stage. He had nothing to say. Even the slant that he had, he was like, and Bob Arum has been talking so spicy. And you think to yourself, Bob, you're talking spicy. Like, I hope you got a lot of fighters left that you can really do what you've let go of a potential. Well, it's gonna be he could unify the thing if it goes his way, and you've somehow managed to lose that. How do you lose? You talk about the crowd gone.
You lose by not being able to do your job.
Yeah.
Like, we had a conversation about judges and all that kind of stuff one time on the pod, and you were just like, so how do you... And I was like, I just want everyone to do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah? When you're the promoter, promote. Don't start talking about what he's not doing.
Yeah.
Promote. He came out and slated the guy. I can't sell this guy. I'm not going to lose money promoting this guy and this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, wow, you're really just disrespecting his name.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, I look at that and I think to myself, you are incapable of delivering the service that is your title for this fighter.
Yeah.
So when he sits there and he just gives it like, boom, you know, I'm out of contract with these guys. You know, when I was with them, they said to me they're going to get the Errol Spence fight. They couldn't get it. I don't know how they're going to get the Errol Spence fight now that I'm not with them. So I'm moving on with my career and I wish everybody the best.
That is, you know what? That's the high and by super speech. And Bob, you could see the body language between the two of them on that stage. Incredible. He knew at this moment, he realized he effed up. In that moment, it was like, oh my goodness. And it's like, you heard the crowd. People was excited about that one. I look at Crawford and sometimes smoke and mirrors. You have to show people almost what they're missing out on. Because I listened to the sound of the crowd and I was like, oh my God, I wish I was at that fight. And someone at home is going to say, the next one that happens, I'm going. I've seen fighters that are not even close to what he is, be sold better than he is. Like, look at and I'm not even talking about Florian Marcoux, but he's starting to develop he's got an Albanian following, but each time he goes out, you're like, raw. So now, if I'm trying to set up a fight, I'm like, he sells tickets. I know that he's a ticket seller, and that's all I need to hear. If more people say, yeah, he sells tickets, before you know it, that's in your mind. The one time Dillian got upset, and I'll never forget this, Dillian got upset with IFL, Kugan Cassius, because Kugan was like shit at B box office. And he says, you can't do that. You can't almost ask about me being box office because it ruins what I am.
That's right.
You now need to just, don't ask questions on that. It's box office. When you see
that's
me,
what it is. Accept it.
When you see me, I'm box office. And that's it. And now what you actually understand is, I know anytime Dillian's fighting, I pay for the fight. It's Dillian. I'm expected to. I don't expect to watch a Dillian fight for free. Why? Because it's built up and it's taken to that place. Bob Arum has made a clinical mistake, bruv, not marketing a guy that is got amazing footwork. This
is the thing, yeah? This is the thing. And it's just one of those things where they're not adjusting to the world we're in.
Yeah.
Like most industries, they're still clinging on to the things they've always done.
Yes.
Do you understand? And it's like, you look at the fact that we exist.
Yeah.
Chatting boxing.
Yeah.
In boxing spaces. We're both comedians, fam.
Yeah.
We would not exist. There's no equivalent of us 30 years ago.
Not at all.
Us man weren't in the mix, bruv. Them man would send you to go journalist. Yeah, I mean, go study to be a journalist.
You had Bunce.
Yeah.
They're not letting man speak. Bunce told me to go to small shop.
The old guard. Them man there, that's what that energy is. How do you look? Who are you look? How comes you can? These men have that approach in how they do boxing.
Yeah.
So when they're looking at it now thinking, we've done all the stuff that we do for other fighters, why are you must not be able to sell? Not realizing you got one of the best talents on your roster. And because you can't promote him, because you don't shout and swear, you're there losing it. No. You need to do your job and find another way to do it in 100%. This new world. 100%. Eddie Herne knows how to do this thing.
Yeah.
You think AJ's got the most dynamic selling personality?
What about Usyk?
No.
What about Usyk?
But let's look at AJ.
Yeah.
AJ's personality is not the most sellable. His he doesn't do hour-long interviews that make you just hang on the edge of every word like a Muhammad Ali or a Floyd used to do.
Yeah.
No. But what happened? Eddie Herne said, I'm going to sit right next to this man. And every time he moves, I'm going to do an hour-long interview.
Yes.
Every time he moves and does anything, I'll do the hour-long interview. And he sat down there month after month after month after month with his fighter, talking and clarifying anything around AJ's name. AJ loses next day. Well, yeah, we didn't see that coming. There's a voice that keeps AJ ticking over. Yes. You understand?
Yes.
Eddie Herne is an amazing promoter.
Yes.
Straight up and down.
Yes.
You look at how he's adjusted to the new world.
Yeah.
That's the blueprint. That's why they hate him.
And you know what's so funny about what you're saying right now is, in the other fighters that don't have that, they find their shtick. So Usyk was so clever. You know, Derek. It worked. You found your thing. You found your, what you call it.
And not just that. You know what Usyk gets into this bag? And he starts moving mad.
And even he gave us I am Phil. What meant I am Phil?
I'm Phil.
And it's not like it's new. He planned it. He's been saying that for a minute. So it's like, you think that is thinking before the moment. That's someone that has planned this. He said, you lot. So I've been dropping these breadcrumbs. Yeah. I'm going to lead you to the whole loaf. But understand that the breadcrumbs have been dropped for a long time. So it's not new. It's not a surprise. You know, and that's the mistake. Even Conor Ben was clever. As soon as we were on to him about what we were doing is like, who's it gonna be? You know what I mean? And he's like, and he understood something. He said, go. He's like, go. And that's the clip that those fighters make the right decisions at the right times. And you need is, it needs to marry up. It needs to work. And it's a shame because I look at Crawford, and now when I saw Crawford run to the ring on that fight, just to get closer to this fight and actually talk about the action, is Porter had a very good entrance. If we could score it for the entrances, Porter wins for me in terms. It was a bit weird with a Big E thing, but the spin round and it was
10-9
like
intro. The 10-9 intro.
10-9 intro. Yeah, Thingy just runs in. Yeah, and I'm like, this could be the problem. Like you, at the same time, you need to now let people know that I'm the guy. I don't think because you can fight, so it's not like you're gonna embarrass yourself. You should let people know this is a show. When they see me. Yes, even if I'm coming out, go ahead.
The only thing that works against Terence Crawford is that he's literally, he's like not a battle rapper, but like those hardcore rappers.
Yeah.
Like Black Thought.
Yeah.
Those type of dudes.
Yeah.
None of the mainstream rappers would ever want to get into it with Black Thought, but at the same time, they would never.
Yeah, you're putting
They would
right
never.
now.
Yeah, they would never. But they know. I'm going to release my tune and it's going to do way better numbers than Black Thought.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with that.
Yes.
And if anybody brings up my bars and they compare them to Black Thought's bars, I'll secretly, just privately away from anywhere, just go, yeah, his ones are better.
Yeah.
But I know my tune's going to... That's what's happening. Terence Crawford is Black Thought.
Yes.
He doesn't release great projects. But they know once they get into the ring with this man...
Yeah. You can't go bar for bar. Like he's still got one of the most legendary funk flex. Like he just keeps going.
Yeah.
He keeps getting forever. And you say, "Raw, you're not of this world. You're different.
You can't chat. You can't chat to his pen."
But the problem again, and that's why sometimes you have to do these. You almost have to like garnish the thing, bruv. Garnish the dish. Man running into the ring, yeah. Like, I get it's business time, but you can't do that.
But this is what needs to happen. He needs to stand next to someone who knows how to mix tunes and put the beats together and know how to do the musical arrangement so that you can start to have hits.
He needs Hit Boy. He needs what Nas. He needs what Nas did. He needs what Nas did with his thing. Because Nas because we always said about Nas, we like it, but the beats sometimes are crazy.
The beats are nuts.
And King's Disease, he finally won he won the big gong for that family. He won
talk.
Yeah.
Tragic horse. Listen, but hear what I'm saying though. Let's put that into boxing terms. Crawford needs a promoter. Imagine Crawford with Eddie Herne. He doesn't need to say much. Show up, beat men up, Eddie Herne stand there and do the post fight. It literally will be that smooth. Not like literally getting the ducks in a row and battering them. But that means I
never get Errol. So that you can't use.
No,
I would never get Errol.
He needs to go.
That case.
Well, this is the thing. He needs to be on a seek and destroy mission for the Errol fight. As in, sign a 1 fight or a 2 fight with PBC. Go in there, get what you need to get. Bam! I'm a free agent now. Eddie Herne, let's talk. That's how it's gonna happen.
I like it. I like that move. Yeah,
straight.
But then they're so clever. The PBC guys are so smart that. They won't just let him out of the ting like that. It's like there will be a stipulation. If you become champion, you don't go anywhere. You stay.
Fights. And you go 17 fights, and you go, I don't know, rent a house from Al Heyman or something like. Because there seems to be a tie where it's like you don't get to leave though.
No, but let's talk about that fight though. Amazing. Sean Porter deserves incredible credit in terms of just heart. Like I know he's lost to a lot of man, but he does. When you talk about Styles making fights and making it more attractive, because a little part of me is like, even if Crawford fights Errol, I don't think it'll be as exciting and as explosive as we want it to be. I think it might even underwhelm us because someone has to come forward. Someone has to bring it to someone. I do know Crawford will come forward, but it might just be two technicians really trying to. Nah, I don't know. So. I feel like that fight there, you might get a bit more fireworks because Porter's gonna run in. There's gonna be head clashes. There's gonna be all sorts. It's funny because Porter gave more, but that's the less energy he's expanded in a fight before, which is crazy. Like he still made it exciting. Are you with me in terms of why I'm thinking? I hear what you're
saying, but I think the Crawford and Spence fight is gonna be great for a bunch of reasons.
Talk to me.
For one, they're both southpaw.
Yep.
So it's like there's no KG, just dealing with that opposite. No, they're both going to be southpaw in there.
Yep.
Crawford a bit more flexible with it. He can switch a bit more comfortably. But also, I think you see when Errol Spence came to fight with Porter,
Yeah.
Crawford will be able to bring that Errol Spence out.
Okay.
And they will be going at it.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of talk. A lot has been said. There's a lot of backstory. There's so much that's gone on. Like, I don't see Errol Spence has never been the type to be out here boxing on the outside and keeping it. Like, he's going to go for the body and really eat that body work and eat on the inside.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't never backed away from those type of things.
He loves it.
He'll stand there right with you. Do you know what I mean? And I look at the tools that these men have, and I'm like, I got Crawford in this one, man. And I feel confident. Like, I felt confident that he was knocking out Porter last week. I said that.
You said it.
I wasn't even entertaining the mix-up.
You didn't.
I was there for it. I knew what was happening. So for me, I look at this now and I think, at this stage of their careers, he has way more in the tank and options. He can switch it up. Whatever is required, he's here for it. Errol, I don't think so.
Errol, we call him the truth though, and that even when on the recording of Monday Night Smoke, I heard people say that he's levels above, and I thought levels. They said that Crawford is levels above Spence, and I thought that's a bit excessive. I feel like it's a bit excessive. Even though I believe Crawford wins that, he's just too powerful. He knocks guys like for Porter to go, and we can't use Porter as a massive yardstick, but for Porter to be stopped. Land on his bum, and I'm saying that we've seen Porter take really good shots. He's solid, but Crawford's got like shocking power. Stop you in your tracks.
But just for sake of fairness, given the fact that Porter is older now, he's been through a lot. When he fought Errol Spence, it was September 2019.
Yes.
Right? And he said he wanted to retire then. He's, it's 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Because he's older. Do you know what I mean? Like, changes happen. So for me, I'm looking at that now. I'm saying, okay, let's just be fair to Errol, just for sake of argument. And say, if Errol fought this Sean Porter, maybe he stops him as well.
This is what I'm saying. And Errol's traveled well. I thought Errol met a good... Who was it that he fought? It's going to come to me. Kel. He fought Kel, yeah?
Yeah.
He met a good Kell Brook.
No.
I thought it was a good. I thought that was a good showing of Kell.
He met Kell after the Triple G fight.
After the though, but I'm saying in terms of the Kell Brook that turned up and got busy in there, I thought that was a good showing from Kell. You don't believe so?
That stoppage. Nah, I don't. Yeah, listen, I want to give Errol his credit for that win because Kell Brook was a tough opponent.
Away from home, away as well.
But the eye that was broken,
it
just changed his ability to trust his, ability to take shots.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Then the other eye got damaged as well. Like, it was just, I think that eye injury from Golovkin just ruined Kell Brook. I
just hate the fact that I feel like there's already a ready-made excuse, but with the car accident, you okay?
Yeah. There is though. There is a ready-made excuse.
Annoying,
and unfortunately, can't undo that. The man was in a potentially life-ending car crash, and he survived it.
But then, why don't we put respect? Because yes, he was in that car accident, but he came back and he looked he looked very good in his comeback fight. A lot of people won't look like that, and it's like I feel like we're almost not like victims of the moment, but I call it victims of the moment, where them are really not just they're kind of dismissing. I feel like they're dismissing Spence, and it's like no. That's a very good fighter. Spence is a very good fighter. He's not, even if he's below from a power angle, which I agree with, I don't think he's mad levels. I don't think it's incredibly clear. That's my take on things.
He's a good fighter.
Yeah.
He's just not Terence Crawford, in my opinion. That's
it. Yeah.
I'm not trying to downgrade him to any other level. I'm like, no, you're top tier, bro.
Yeah.
But I have Terence Crawford just ranked above you, fam. That's literally that's the be all and end all. Because I look at what Terence Crawford does, I look at how he fights, and I'm like, his style generates excitement to watch. Like, as a boxing fan, I look at that and I think to myself, this guy is amazing to watch.
Yeah,
Errol Spence, just don't feel like that. But
Errol Spence can be safe at times, but when
Errol
I saw
Spence
him
wears you down, he gets your body, wears you down, and I'm like, that's cool, but I don't think you're just wearing down Crawford like this.
I don't know though. I think him being systematic and being patient and picking him off, it could be a recipe. It could be the Da Vinci Code. It could be. I'm just saying we can't just. There's a reason why that's the fight that we all want to see next. Because as much as that's your opinion, my opinion, but then they have to fight, and then we see what happens. And mistakes can happen. The one thing, what I do rate about Crawford though is his footwork and his ability to just move, man, and get man out of the way and almost set a trap and just be gone. Hit the check hook. I think that's incredible. I actually believe there was that moment in the 4th round when he's head first into the it was literally Matador settings, bro. And I said to myself, oh my goodness. And it's not like he did it again. And when it was not going his way and he needs to recover, he said, you know what? Now I need to meet in the middle of the ring. He will do it. As soon as the moment came where he said, okay, bite down on the gum shield, let's go. He can do it.
He can take a shot. His chin is amazing.
His chin is good. It's
going to take a lot to beat. And the thing is, defensively as well, people sleep on how sharp Crawford is defensively. Like, it's a lot of things in there you have to think about to beat that man.
But then when you say that though, how many rounds did you give to Porter in that last fight? Was it like 4? Did he give? Because
probably gave him 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So when you talk about point success, we have to, even if you just work the math like that, you would say to yourself, well, Errol's gonna win rounds in that. He's won a lot of points already in the past. Like, that's his history. Sometimes
the scoring of the round doesn't tell the story of the round.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can see that somebody's losing the round and also figuring him out in the long term. So it's like, I've spent a lot of time, sizing you up. You've landed a jab or two, you've landed a shot. Okay, cool, you're up. You're going to win the round.
Yeah.
But that last little moment of the round where I went bap, bap, and picked you up and both my shots were perfectly clean.
Yes.
That's me telling myself, okay, cool, I've banked this. I've banked that rhythm. I've banked that. When you throw a shot, I've banked that.
And to bring home that point that you're making, actually, it happened in the, because what round did he take him out in? He took him out in the 10th. In the 9th, end of the 9th round, he lands a wicked combination. Listen. And Porter he starts shaking his head and they go back. And I think in that moment, I've got it. I've got him.
And not just that, when the guy at the ringside says to him, yo, they got him up. They got him up on his card. He's like, how?
Yeah.
He's up? And he's chatting to his trainer. He's like, yo, they got him up. He's like, he's up? He's like, yeah, I bet. Goes out there, closes the show. Yeah. So that says to me, there was gears that Crawford had access to. And he was taking his time. And I think that's because of an element of friendship with Porter, why he was taking it easy.
Yeah.
I think maybe he was coasting to a win. But then when he got whisper of it maybe not being such a smooth one, he thought, all right, well, got to ice him.
It just, for me though, it's like when you break it down and you look at Errol Spence's, because the points thing. So are you saying that Bud can beat Spence as a knockout? It's gonna be one of those, or because if it goes to the points, I do fancy.
I think it's very possible that he can knock him out. I'm not predicting a knockout. I'm saying that man has the tools to knock Spence out.
Because that's how I see him winning it. I can see if it comes down to it, I see that if it goes to points, I feel Errol will be successful. He's very clever, and I might not be putting enough respect on Crawford's boxing skill because he is highly skilled. But I just feel like Mandem are really just not shitting on Errol, but it just doesn't feel legitimate to me. It doesn't. There's a reason why we're excited about this fight. There's a reason. Before the crash, Errol Spence was invisible before the crash. And all of a sudden, it's like, Mandem are acting. Where's the invisibility gone? Are you just saying the crash has changed him? Is that what people are saying? Is that the argument that we're all making now?
Nah, I just think what we're seeing from Crawford is making people feel like that.
Okay.
He's got levels in boxing that, not to say that we've not seen from Spence, but his boxing don't look like Crawford's.
Yeah.
That's it.
I look forward again. Once again, I look forward to that fight. I don't think it's gonna happen. I feel we're in a rubbish state of. Boxing's been fun, but it's rubbish at times
at the same time. Yeah.
It's really fun because you're like, oh, get this fight. I get Triple G giving me New Year's Eve settings. I get hold on, what else we got coming? I get Chisora out again. Hold on, I'm trying to remember if there's a really big fight that I really want to watch. I think it's almost coming to an end, right? Is there something I'm missing now?
Yeah, Chisora Parker. 18th.
Chisora Parker is the one that's going to bring us home.
Conor Ben is up against Chris Algieri.
Yeah, and then we got Chris.
Buatsi was supposed to fight. Chris Eubbank Jr. was supposed to be out on the 11th, but it's looking like Liam's going to pull out. It's looking a bit nuts, man.
Guy's so unfortunate. He's so unfortunate. Bloody hell. He's so unfortunate. He can't catch a break to save his life.
I feel for him at this point now, you know. It's like you look at him and you think, all right, he actually is trying to get in the ring. It's like, man just pulling out left, right.
He can't catch a break. And even in that break, even in the talk, did you watch the press conference of that one? Really funny. Mm-hmm. Really funny. The guy's, he kept different energy though. He's like, what's all the stuff that you're saying to me before? Adam Smith was like proper trying to force it out of him as well. It's like, but what were you going to do when the moment comes? How do you feel about him on a personal level? Like, Adam Smith was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to fight him. I think I'm going to go in there. And
I like how Eubbank does it though, because he riles them up online. They're back and forth.
Yeah.
And then when the fight comes, he's just another opponent. You know?
Yeah. But that's what, it's so funny because he tried it. The other one tried it and he's like, nah, it didn't go your way. It didn't go his way, like in terms of, and Eubbank was like, right, you're talking wicked online. What's going on?
You're saying all that stuff. It's like, where's all that now? And you know what's mad is that these guys, because they get so comfortable talking reckless to Eubbank online, they don't realize it's hard to make him look stupid.
Yeah.
He's still an intelligent guy in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he is his father's son. He knows how to piss you off.
Yeah.
Whilst being very calm about it.
Yeah. With the mad jacket as well. The jacket
and the shades.
The jacket and the shades and the shape up is insane.
That swag was like 80s superstar swag. You know, you got the brown tints where it fades to like. Yeah, I was like, oh, this how them men were giving up in the 80s. Them sound, you know what I mean? The big boys.
You say Big Beach.
It's funny to me, man.
It's too funny. I do feel for him though. Do you reckon someone will step in? Because boxers got to. But are they going to bring in someone good though?
Well, they once they put the call out on the Uber service and just be like, who wants double time this weekend? There's a Eubbank fight. Come in.
Not the surge.
We've got your gloves.
Not the 2-point-something surge, bruv. Get out of here.
No, that's a 12. That's a 12 surcharge. 12-time surcharge to fight Eubbank this Saturday. Who is free and who weighs between this? It doesn't actually matter how much you weigh. Just come on, we'll take it.
It's a shame.
But let's talk though. Your boy Buatsi pulled out again.
So what's that? Talk to me about it because I don't really know too much about it. Again, as I said, like I've kind of
sustained an injury and now he's pulled out of the fight that he was scheduled to have. I believe it was on the 18th of December. Bro, your guy's starting to build a reputation for being a pull-out merchant, fam.
Pull-out game strong right now. That's what they're saying about him, fam.
He ain't gonna have no kids by surprise. That's a beautiful part of it. But
do you know what? Like, to be honest, how I am with Buatsi is I have to just it's not been enough. You had a great Olympics in it. You did well, you know. And I expected we're talking he's had 15 fights, bro. And
we need
15 fights with that 28 career. 15 fights, he's 28, so he's still relatively young. 28 in terms of you don't think so?
We're in prime year season, fam. This is the prime of his career. He's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
If we're going by boxers' typical age.
But right? Then I look at the scene and I don't think it's...
Twilight career.
Yeah.
where they find their prime just a little bit later in their life, which is fine.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of time being wasted with Buatsi's career.
But then I feel like even in the scene, in the light heavyweight scene, it's not heavily stacked. So it's in terms of the ages of the man them, I still feel like he's not far. The point I'm trying to make is there's not too much going on. We got what? Bivol, Bataviev, Joe Smith. Yeah? In terms of like where you're going. And then it's his class. The people that are really going to get busy to upset the apple cart, Craig Richards, Dan Azeez, it's his man them. Lyndon, Yard, these are the man them. So it's almost like them man are all size, if that makes sense, in terms of like the ages are not really far away. So yes, it's incredibly disappointing. Incredibly disappointing that after 15 fights, you haven't pushed on, and like he should be lower down the pecking order in terms of how what's his name's looking at him, because you're not really making your money off him. You can't sell a fight that's not coming out. It's like he's so similar to Crawford in terms of personality and how they market him. But so someone that doesn't fight as often, he's killing himself, because then you have to change your personality, because you're not out enough to say, because every time we see you, and what's great about him is his knockouts are wicked. Like, they're good knockouts. But that's what sells him. Now, if you're not fighting all the time and you haven't got a voice, excuse me, how can I can't sell it. It's what is it, everyday next gen card? I can't sell that, bro. I have to take you to the next level. When I thought he was really gonna push on, I said there's a space. Bellew left a massive gap in the like who's the next kind of guyish market, because it's easy to put Bellew.
No, Bellew was cruiser.
No, I'm saying Bellew in terms of, you know, when you say there's AJ, there's Bellew, there's Dillian, in terms of what Eddie was doing, and obviously Bellew nights, you knew you could just sell out and it'll work, innit? But now there's man them are gone, so you're looking raw. Who's the next guy that's teetering between TV, pay-per-view? Like, who's that next guy? And the next guy right now, there's a big gap, but it's Conor. Conor is the teetering to, I'm gonna be the guy. But then it's like there's just a gap for the new guy that's gonna just hold it down. And I thought Buatsi would pick up that pick that
and
up.
You know who else I thought was gonna emerge a bit louder was Okoli. It seems to not be as
the division's crap.
That division is not the best.
Now you got Riakpo being there.
When Okoli steps into heavyweight, that's when noise is gonna start to get really loud.
The division is trash. Even on that day, like, it's too easy. Like, you're only as good as the division is. You know, you're only as good as the man in the division that make it special. Like, and that's what Thingy was saying about the light heavyweight scene. He's saying us, the round robin, Dan Azeez was saying about the thing. He said, us man really get it cracking. We've got a domestic madness over here that Bivol and them man will be like, raw, I want to get involved in that. Them man are really fighting. You know, but then unfortunately for Okoli, yes, he's got, you know, the rapping, he actually has got all the elements. He's actually developed, he's the person for this era, but there's no one within who are we waiting for? Riakpo. How many times are you gonna fight him? We watched Lowell and he don't look that good. You know, so it's like, what we doing right now? There's nobody like who's now. The only thing now where it gets interesting is you got Canelo messing around in the cruiserweight thing. He said he's gonna go and fight Makabu, which is. But
I saw. What is this guy's name? I saw a screenshot floating around.
Yeah,
where in the chat there was like, "Rah, so what we saying? You reckon we can make Canelo and Okoli next year?"
This is it,
bro. This fight could legitimately happen. It's not gonna happen. If it does happen, it'll never happen. Nah, it won't happen. He ain't trying to take on no one like that.
It's everything's wrong with that one. He's very clever. All he's doing is creating his legend. Canelo was very intelligent. He's creating his legend, and because he's had a couple fights, you can allow him to do this, because this is nonsense. Even this Makabu fight, this is nonsense, but it just gives you that pound for pound. And he fought at cruiserweight. So you know when you're in a barbershop 20 years from now, you can talk Crazy.
It's like when Roy Jones went up to heavyweight and fought John Ruiz and just danced around them. Tap, 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 tap. It's just a great way to be like, yeah, I've done the heavyweight thing.
There you go. Because when I check his box rec, and it says, yo, yeah, he fought, man, you know? And you don't even need to have watched it, but you'll just check the box rec and say, what?
He went up from middleweight all the way to heavyweight. How you tell me he ain't the greatest of all time?
And that's clever. Again, smoke and mirrors. It's part of promotion. He's now building. This is what AJ kind of wants. This is the next step that AJ was trying to get into, where it was all legacy. Everything was legacy based. And he was trying to do legacy stuff because AJ wants to go out. When he finishes a career, he wants to go out as, I was a madman in my era. And that's why now the new spin for AJ is free time. Free time, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I did that, you know? And that will be a shtick. When it's over, we're said and done. If he does beat Usyk, free time champion. Can't argue with that. It sounds lovely. And everyone needs to know their move. Now, with Pacquiao, pound for pound. Even though the Mayweather thing happened, when I think of Pacquiao, I always think of pound for pound. Probably before the Mayweather, I separate that. It's a pound for pound champion. The guy, look what he did with the weights. You know what I mean? And everyone's trying to work out how that legacy thing looks like. And now, just to bring it back to Tyson Fury, your legacy fighting Deontay Wilder 3 times, that ain't a legacy, fam. So
that's why I say Tyson Fury needs 2 more certified wins.
And legacy's done.
And
it's
he's
done.
nice.
It's legacy's finished. It's complete. And you don't even need to just again, you say these men are bums and they're dossers and you're fighting man. Yeah? Just do it quickly. Do it. 2 more fights. 2 more fights. Don't put Dillian through the ringer like you're doing.
If he finished on Dillian and AJ and he beat both of them,
yeah,
no one can chat to this brother.
Or Dillian and Usyk, because he doesn't actually have to fight
AJ. I feel like he needs to fight AJ.
AJ has to fight Usyk and win. He doesn't have to fight AJ.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I think he needs to fight AJ before he retires. You see how Lennox could have easily just not fought Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want that. You don't want that speculation. You don't want that speculation.
Mike Tyson has the air of the problem with Mike Tyson, even irregardless of him losing and stuff. And Mike Tyson said a madness. We have to talk about it one day, not in this pod. But Mike Tyson was saying that he always has. You know, our boxers don't have sex before fights. Mike Tyson said he'll have sex before the fight.
The day before the fight.
Day before the fight, and it was like
to stop him from killing his opponent.
You probably needed that, like whatever energy that was. You probably needed it in the fight, fam. You know, but just on that, Mike Tyson, no matter what happened, with all the times he failed at certain levels, he was always still seen as the baddest man on the planet. So Lennox had to fight him. But if AJ,
just to
shut down that convo. Now, if AJ gets punched up the way he did against Usyk, I don't have to fight him as Tyson Fury. I fight Usyk and win that, and I can walk into the sunset, fam. Because now no one's looking at him as the baddest man on the planet. No one's saying that. It's only us AJ fans.
I more say that because it's going to sound messed up to say, but that still would be Fury's biggest money fight.
I hear what you're saying, but it's like...
That's why I think that fight should happen, just for the hoopla and what that does for boxing. There's so many bigger reasons why I think that one has to happen.
The only way is if AJ does his job. If AJ does his job in the rematch, it's perfect. But it's all dependent on AJ. That's how mad it is.
As always, guy's been carrying boxing for the last 8 years.
Just anything else that we just want to chop up quickly, that we just want to give people their ratings as well. Sorry, Marku, decent fight, great following. Didn't get the knockout. He didn't get the knockout though.
Give Andrade his flowers as well. Easy work. I like the fact that the post fight was my favorite part. I mean, for me, I didn't think Quigley had a chance in that fight. Came out, got him out of there second round. It was necessary. And the post fight, he said some real stuff, man. It's like, yo, the same energy Dan Azeez is on. Let's get these fights made, man.
Yeah.
Every man's out here trying to find the perfect route, the safest route. Like, no, let's scrap.
Yeah. And that's the energy. It needs to be said. It needs to be said. And boxing, don't embarrass yourself. You got the space. It's all there for you. They talk about the man as the free kings, the Javante Davis and all these man, and Tiafimo and all these man. And I'm not going to stand by this Kings thing anymore, because until them man really get busy,
I'm not allowing this man to get that off.
You're not getting off. You can't be Kings and you man don't meet. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So literally, like, all these divisions, don't ruin it. Domestically, we don't even need for like the light heavies. We don't even need America, fam. We don't even them man like or European. We could just them man can really get cracking here. And
all it takes here is for one of them to yank a world title, and then it gets crazy. Yeah, I don't know who it has to be, but it needs to get crazy. It needs to. Callum Johnson beats Joe Smith. Callum Johnson fights any one of these guys afterwards, and suddenly it's in the mix.
Yeah, Lyndon got done dirty, but we'll leave that one. Next week, we start the build up to Lyndon. We're gonna really we've been so dedicated to Lyndon versus Yard 2, probably more than any other podcast in the world, fam.
I got in Lyndon's face, fam.
You got in Lyndon's face, fam. So yeah, people, stay tuned, look out for it. This is the Undefeated Pod. I'm KG.
Cool. I'm Travis J. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.